Why Jeff Bezos decided to start Amazon. On July 5, 1994, Jeff Bezos launched Amazon as a website primarily to sell books. At the time, he had a vision for the company's stratospheric expansion and domination in the e-commerce market. He intended Amazon to be a one-stop shop for consumers. After 27 years and tens of billions of dollars in sales, Jeff Bezos stepped down as Amazon's CEO. The book that Brad Stone wrote in 2013 on the beginnings of Amazon presents a picture of the early days of the business and how it blossomed into the monster that it is today. Hello everyone and welcome to another video on our channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at why Jeff Bezos decided to start Amazon. Yeah, you heard it right. So let's get started with our video. When Jeff Bezos originally launched the corporation, he wanted to name it Cadabra. During a phone conversation, Todd Tarbert, Amazon's first lawyer, persuaded him that the name sounded too much like cadaver. 1994 was the year when Amazon first opened its virtual doors. His ultimate conclusion was to call the company Amazon. The first logo for the business was designed to look like Amazon since he was so enthusiastic about that concept. Every time someone purchased from Amazon, the workplace was notified with a ringing bell, and everyone flocked around to see whether they recognized the person making the transaction. The ringing of the bell continued until it became unbearable, at which point it was turned off. Amazon has already made sales of books in all 50 states and 45 countries during the first month of the company's existence. The publication of a book about lichens was the factor that saved Amazon from going bankrupt. Because Amazon's servers used such a large amount of electricity initially, it was almost impossible for Bezos and his wife to use a hairdryer or a vacuum cleaner during those early days. Employees must put in a minimum of 60 hours each week to satisfy Jeff Bezos' demands. A solid work-life balance was out of the question. The blue station wagon that one of the early employees had left outside his apartment for 8 months while riding his bicycle to and from work at all-night hours was completely forgotten when he arrived at work one day.
Excuse me, sir.
The towing company's email and news that his car had been auctioned off were among the items he periodically checked the mail for. The corporation faced a major workforce shortage. To meet demand, the fulfillment facility's workers worked graveyard shifts. To go to work the next day, they would often bring their families along and spend the night in their cars. Amazon presently employs a record number of seasonal workers as part of its vow never again to run short of personnel to satisfy Christmas requests. Amazon built its auction site to compete with eBay when it initially entered the market. The concept failed, but Bezos loved it. He spent $40,000 on a skeleton of an Ice Age cave bear, which he displayed in the company's foyer. "Please don't feed the bear," read a nearby notice. It remains today. Bezos sought to move swiftly, which led to dissatisfaction, notably in Amazon's distribution facilities. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Amazon went through many ups and downs. As a result of system failures, facilities would be shut down for long periods, causing piles of stuff to linger about unseen for workers. Knives without protective wrapping would run down conveyor chutes when the kitchen category was introduced. It was incredibly risky. The A9 team started work on Blockview, an illustrated version of the Yellow Pages utilizing street-level photographs of stores and restaurants and data from A9's search results. Photographers from Amazon traveled to 20 major cities and started shooting restaurants on a shoestring budget of less than $100,000. Jeff Wilke, a former operations manager at Amazon, was known for allowing employees who had achieved critical targets the opportunity to lean back and roar into a phone. According to Brad Stone, Wilke's speakers were dangerously close to be blown out by some primal screams. Since the opening of the facility, working conditions have been a source of concern for a significant number of Amazon employees. There was a story about an engineer in the future who stole a one-of-a-kind interactive textbook for his knowledge-hungry daughter named Fiona. The story takes place in the future. The team that worked on the Kindle prototype considered the textbook envisioned as serving as the template for the device they developed. The crew was able to rescue Fiona, but Bezos decided to go with Kindle rather than Fiona because of the word's bad connotation. The current CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, has a reputation for being a demanding employer who often loses his cool with his staff members. It has been speculated that he sought the assistance of a leadership coach to assist him in regaining his composure. Well, that's all for today's video. Tell us in the comment section what you thought of this one. I really hope that you found this video interesting. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to provide us with your valuable feedback. We'll see you in the following video with some more notable celebrities, facts, and stories. And until then, stay tuned.